Hey guys, it's Dee and welcome to another market vlog. This is the third market in a stint of 4, so it's going to be a good one, this one, I feel like. I did this market last year. It's in collaboration with a small business in Picton, New South Wales called the Celebration Society. So we set up outside or in their store, and they do like a little night market. They have some games and activities, and they have lots of food vendors. It's a really nice spot. It was really good. I did it twice last year. They did 4 markets last year. They're doing 4 markets this year. I did 2 of them last year, and they were both quite good. So I'm excited for this year. So the market, I'm set up at the front of the shop for this market, and I really love the spot that I've had in the past, so I asked to have the same spot again, and they're like, yep, cool, no problem. Everyone gets given a table to set up at, and if you wish, you can bring an extra stand or shelving unit if you want. I did last year. I brought an extra stand. Worked really well for me and the spot that I was given. So I'm doing the exact same thing this year. I'm going to bring my extra stand with me. Just gives me a little bit more room to put my stuff out. So Picton is a bit more of a rural community. It's very tight knit, but it is a lot more of like farming spaces. So I do want to make sure that I have a lot more of my farm animals for this market. So I've made a few things yesterday. So I made some pigs. So I've got 3 pigs. I've got this gorgeous one with the new Spotlight Easter yarn. This is the pink color and this is the peach color. So I made 2 of those. And then I also made one in just like a plain hot pink. So these are the Crochet Carpenter Pen the Pig patterns. Then I made a Highland cow. So this one is using the pattern from Nooks Hooks, the free cow pattern. But basically I added an extra 2 rounds in the body and just ignored all the color changes, and then added the fringe bit at the end. I'm going to make some more of these. I also removed the horns. I just ignored the horns. I'm going to make, I think, 2 or 3 more of these. I might make another Highland, and then I want to make a black and white and a brown and white. So yeah, I'm going to make those today. So I have those ones. I made 1 little whale. I had 29 whales left over from the last market, and that number really annoyed me. So I made 1 more to make it a nice 30. And then I made a drift last night as well. So I had 3 drifts 2 weeks ago, sold 1 2 weeks ago. This weekend gone, I sold the other 2 that I had. So I'm now driftless. So I'm going to make 3 drifts, I think. So I've got this beautiful green from the Spotlight Easter yarn. Lovely color, this one. So I've got that one. I think I'm going to make another green in the Banat Mystical and a blue. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll see. Anyway. But yeah, so I've made those. I made them all yesterday. So that was what I did yesterday. Very, very happy. I have a list of things that I would like to do for the next few days. I really don't mind if I don't get them done. I think I just want to get the farm animals done. If I can get the farm animals done, I will be happy, because I think those things will sell. Last time I was there and I had cows, they flew out. So I really want to make sure that I have some cows at the very least. I'm hoping to do a sheep and maybe 1 more horse. I do have a horse from last week, so I would like to do 1 more horse, but we will see. Anyway, I will chat to you at some point throughout the rest of the week, be it at the market, or I might do another clip later in the week. We'll just see what happens. I'm not going to promise anything. Hey guys, we are currently getting ready for the market. It is currently 10 o'clock and we have to leave at 12 for the market. It doesn't start till
2. So we're going to leave at 12, get there about 12:30 or just after. I don't need a huge amount of time for this setup because they are providing a table, and we don't need tents or anything for this one because it's like undercover. So, and there's no room. So they're providing tables. All I pretty much need to provide is my display stuff, my extra stand, and my stock. So not a huge amount to do once we get there. So yeah, a few more things to do before we leave, and I will show you the setup once we get there. Alright, just final packing, and I thought I'd quickly show you everything that I've made this week. So I've made 3 drifts. This pink one, oh, is my favourite. Look how curly. I actually really love this one too. This is out of the Easter yarn. Oh, stunning. I made 6 chicks last night. I did 5 chickens and my 3 pigs and 3 cows. I have a whale, a single sheep, and then these are the bubs that I've made this week. These gorgeous little sheep. Oh, a piggy, 2 cows, and an axolotl.
Hey guys, so we're all set up at the Celebration Society. This is my setup. So we've actually already sold something. We've already sold one of our little bobs, the duck one that kind of sold last week and then got returned. So very happy with that. We're about to start and we'll see how the day goes. Should be a good day. It's beautiful and sunny. A little bit windy, but not too bad. We are back, ready for a market recap. It was slow, very slow, very, 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 very slow. It was a very disappointing day, actually. So this market I have done twice before. I did it twice last year. I did this exact market, the Easter market, last year. And then I did their Christmas in July market last year. So at this one last year, I did about $900. And at the Christmas in July one, I did about 800 or just under 800. Oh, this one was not good. It really was slow. We ended up selling 22 items, which is quite low for what I would normally do at a market. Positive, we did sell out of our mystery bags, which I'm very happy about because I now don't have to worry about putting them on the shelf somewhere because they're gone, which is awesome. What else did we sell that was exciting? Not a lot. We did sell 2 of our oddball crochet bubs. We sold the duck and the Highland cow, which was the second Highland cow that I had made this month. We also sold a sunflower turtle, which was awesome. I haven't sold one of those in quite a while, so very happy that we sold a sunflower turtle. And we also did have a custom order come from this market. They actually had asked me about a giraffe, and I said, yes, I do a giraffe. I just don't have one at the moment. They're like, can I get one? Yes, no worries. So the gentleman actually paid for it while we were there, and I got the details of the wife. And then she messaged me the next day and said, I don't want the giraffe anymore. What else can I get? I'm like, oh no. Okay. So she ended up deciding that she's going to take one of my weighted chickens and one of my small chickens, which ends up being the same value as the giraffe. So I need to make them this week for her to pick up. She was very happy with that anyway. So I'm like, cool, no worries. I think it's one of those things that maybe I should be really hesitant to take money for a custom order. But anyway, I don't know. It was such a hard one, such a like, what do I do in this situation kind of thing. Anyway, so we ended up taking $166 in cash and $238 on card for a total of $404. So all in all, not a terrible taking. This market is free, so I don't have to pay to be there. I just have to pay to get there and get home again. It's about half an hour away from where I live. So my husband drove me out there, set me up, took the kids home, spent the day with the kids, came back out in the evening to pick me up. And the kids had a blast when they picked me up. They got to have a little play. They got given a balloon and some stickers. My daughter got given a bracelet. She was over the moon. So, very happy little children. Um, yeah, I'm very disappointed with this market. Very disappointed. I also feel like there wasn't as many food vendors as there has been in the past. I'm wondering if that was part of the reason why this one wasn't so good. And there wasn't live music this time. The last couple of times I've done it, there has been a singer or a band. So maybe that affected it. The other thing that affected it, I do believe that this 100% affected it, was the very next day, this town had their market that the town runs. So I think that made a huge impact, that people were like, well, I'm going to go to the markets tomorrow. And I ended up speaking to a vendor who was at both events, at the one that I went on the Saturday night and also at the Sunday market. And she said Sunday was amazing. I was like, okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, it was not one that I booked. I've booked in for the next one, but I hadn't booked in for this one because I was doing this market. I thought it was going to be a good one. Anyway, it doesn't matter, whatever. I have one more market on Friday this week. It's Good Friday, and I'll be doing the Good Friday market at Kiama. So one more market in this stint, and then we have a week off, I think. I think we have 1 week off. Might be 2 weeks. Not sure. Anyway, I will talk to you in the next one.